Hello everyone and welcome to another video on the channel on another weekly watches episode. Going up a bit later on Sunday purely because I went to the cinema this morning and then went out afterwards, and I've only just got back, so only just had the chance to record it, but it should be afternoon on Sunday you should see this. How many did I was away this week. I only got back yesterday. I was away for 3 days. So I didn't get as much in as I normally do, but I still managed to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in, so averages to 1 a day anyway, so still plenty to talk about. So first off, we will talk about Breakfast at Tiffany's, a classic that had eluded me before. Audrey Hepburn, who I think is great, George Peppard. It's a Blake Edwards film, who did quite a lot of the Pink Panther films, and yeah, I just heard it's just a classic film. Obviously you've got the great score by Henry Mancini, who also composed obviously Moon River, very famous song. And yeah, it was okay. I think I fall along the same opinion as Roy did. I just was a bit underwhelmed with it, I suppose would be the right word to use, considering it's talked about as a classic. It's not a bad film at all. I wouldn't say it's bad, it's just there's not really much of a story to it, if I'm being honest with you. It didn't really have anything that kept you fully engaged in the story and the characters. Audrey Hepburn, obviously fantastic. As I said, the score by Henry Mancini was excellent, but the story itself was a bit thin. Yeah, wasn't overly impressed with it. It is one I'll keep in the collection for now, because who knows, I could rewatch it years down the line and really like it a lot more than I did. I thought Mickey Rooney's character was just the highlight, very funny. One of those characters that you just couldn't get away with portraying nowadays. But yeah, it is okay, just wasn't as impressed as I'd hoped to be. That was Breakfast at Tiffany's. And then last Sunday evening, I followed that up with The Swarm, a very cheesy, campy, late 70s disaster film by Irwin Allen, who also did like The Tower and Inferno, The Poseidon Adventure, those sorts of films. Another great cast. I'm not going to go through it because I'm sure I've talked about the cast of this one many times before, led by Michael Caine and Catherine Ross, who are both excellent in this. Yes, it's a bit long. Probably could have been trimmed down a bit. I mean, it's 2.5 hours pretty much. So definitely could have done with being trimmed down a little bit. But you got to take this sort of film for what it is. Just really cheesy film of its time, 70s disaster film. And it's a lot of fun. I love just seeing all these different actors, great actors, interact with each other. Yeah, very cheesy, very campy, but a hell of a lot of fun. If you like a good disasters film, not as great as The Tower and Inferno, but still a hell of a lot of fun and well worth the watch. That's The Swarm. Next up, one that you will see in tomorrow's video, which is pick my pickups and like deliveries the last 2 weeks or so. One that Stuart's been hounding me to get for a long time. Finally pulled the trigger, even though £30 personally for me a bit expensive for what it is, but very happy that I've had it and watched it since, and that is Barbra Streisand in Funny Girl. Also got Omar Sharif as why is my mind blanking on the character's name? Obviously Fanny Bryce, Barbra Streisand, and why is my... It's even in the song. It's in the big song "Don't Rain on My Parade" is its name, but for some reason I'm having a mind blank. But fantastic film if you like musicals. One of the best musicals of its time. Really great songs. Barbra Streisand's excellent. It's colourful. It puts you in a great mood. Yeah, one of the highlights of the week for me, I would say. If you like a feel-good film, if you like a musical, ticks all the boxes, and one that I would definitely recommend checking out. Funny Girl. Then I won't go into this too much because I have kind of spoken about this in my Watch Pile episode of the week. That's King of New York, Christopher Walken, an Abel Ferrara film. Wasn't big on this at all, and it seems from the people I've spoken to, Stuart, Roy, possibly Ash or Tim, they're also in the same camp, weren't a fan of it, and I just wasn't a fan of this film. I've thought about it, it's not going to stay in my collection, even though it is Arrow, because I'm not likely to go and watch it again. Disappointing film. Yeah, I'm not going to go over it again. If you want to know my deep, full thoughts on this film, go back and check out my review on the Watch Pile, the last Watch Pile episode, because I kind of went over everything there. But yeah, had a lot of potential, but didn't work for me. King of New York. Then watching one for the first time, and then I'm trying to rewatch through the rest, because we got like the spin-off coming in June, so I thought, yeah, and they're great films, and that's John Wick. I watched the first one, believe it or not, for the first time. I couldn't before sit and watch it, because I just heard, obviously, the puppy gets killed at the start, which was a very hard watch for me personally, because I'm a big dog person. But as an action film, one of the best action films. They get better with each one. I loved the second one as well. I watched that as well last week, or this week technically. Great. I think my favourites either 3 or 4, maybe 4. So I'll probably watch 3 again this week, maybe even get 4 in. But yeah, just mindless action. I'd say they're the best action films of the last 20 years for me. Just incredible work from Keanu Reeves, really brought his career back. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Ballerina. The trailers have sold me, even though he's not got a huge part in it. I'm still psyched for it. So yeah, that's John Wick chapters 1 and 2. 2 more to go. Told you not going to be a big one this week. Probably get under 10 minutes, which is a shock. We have Take Shelter, which was also chosen. I want to say Roy chose this for last week's Watch Pile episode. And yeah, the last of the Jeff Nichols films that I hadn't watched. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Jeff Nichols, one of my favourite directors. Midnight Special, Mud, The Bike Riders, Shotgun Stories, his first film was great. Wasn't huge on Loving, though. That's probably my least favourite. I think that's all of them. And this was the last one that I had to watch. Jessica Chastain, Michael Shannon, who's in pretty much all of his films, I think. Great film. Another one, I'm not going to tell you what it's about, because I didn't know what it was about. I just looked at the cover and thought, yeah, interesting. Go into this one blind. This is high recommendation of the week, to go in blind. If you've not seen it, I'm sure... I know Roy probably likes this because he's a big fan of Jessica Chastain. But for those who haven't seen it before, go into it blind. Don't watch the trailer like I did, and I think you'll get a kick out of it, because it's not what you think it's going to be. And yeah, I really dug it. One that I'm very happy that I finally watched. That's Take Shelter. And finally, Ash's choice for last week, I think. And I believe Stuart's watching this today. He said he was going to anyway, so I'm interested to hear his thoughts on it. And that's Brad Bird's The Iron Giant. Another, probably the second highlight next to Funny Girl of the Week for me for first time watches. Absolutely loved this film. Don't know why I didn't watch this growing up. Just as it says on the back, an instant classic. It just instantly clicked with me. It's just a great story. Does everything it needs to in a short span of an hour and a half. Yeah, basically, if you haven't seen The Iron Giant, it's about this massive iron giant that crashes into Earth and befriends this young boy. And turns out he's friendly. Government agents trying to find out, basically, he's trying to track him down and find out who is basically sinister government agent, not very nice, trying to contain the situation, and he basically, this young man basically teaches the robot what it is to be human, that sort of thing. And yeah, just a really pleasant watch, very emotional watch as well. And yeah, very happy to have watched that, so thanks for the recommendation for that one, Ash. In terms of ones, that's it. In terms of ones that I'm planning on watching next week, I'm going to try and get Zulu watched, because I know Stuart chose that last week. The Last Starship, because that was chosen a few weeks ago now, so I might try and watch that one tonight actually, and maybe Zulu tomorrow. Yeah, and then obviously Tuesday we'll have another episode of the Watch Pile. 4 have been chosen somewhere. So far we have Somewhere, which I can't remember who's chosen what. I will obviously go over before I do the video. 127 Hours, Rebel Without a Cause, and Cat's Eyes. I know Rebel Without Cause was Roy, and I know Cat's Eyes was Tim. I'm not sure. I'm guessing the other two were Ash and Paul, I want to say, but I don't know which is which. But yeah, 4 titles that I'm looking forward to delving into. As I said, I'll try and get them all watched. I'm also might get some of the new ones that I've picked up watched. Might finally rewatch the first Kill Bill so I can watch the second one, because that was chosen along one of the first episodes. Now that was chosen in the watch pile, and I said I wanted to watch the first one again to give it a fair review. So I got to get them watched as well. Parasite I really want to watch. Obviously I just came back from Mickey 17, which I thought was a fantastic film. Really enjoyed that one, and I've still not seen Parasite, so I've got to get that watched. The Flowers of War was mentioned in a few videos a few weeks ago. Christian Bale, this is Zhang Yimou film, who I think he did House of Flying Daggers or Hero, I think. So yeah, I want to watch that. I want to watch The Fifth Estate, because I've heard a few people say that's a pretty good film. Kind Hearts and Coronets, I've heard Roy go on about, say that's good. That's just the first shelf ones that I've pulled out to kind of prioritise, because I've heard people giving good word of mouth about them, or they've been chosen in a previous video. So yeah, that's it for this week's weekly watches. Have you seen any of the ones I've watched this week? Let me know down below what your thoughts are if you have. Quick plug, although I will also plug it in my pickups video. I've already recorded that. Live stream going tomorrow, normal time, 7:30, the 10th, that is Monday the 10th. It will be myself again, Sam as always. Roy's back this week as well. We got James back this week as well, coming back Movie Mad. And 2 special guests. One I'm going to keep a surprise, because I don't think anyone's mentioned that one other guest. But we've got Alan over at Kermit's Ghost, who I've been watching for years now. One of the big reasons I decided to make my channel. I'm sure a lot of other people are the same. So really looking forward to chatting to him. And then another guest, which has confirmed since I recorded my pickups video. So yeah, he will definitely be joining as well, but I'm not going to say who it is, so it's a bit of a surprise. And then we've already got some guests lined up for the following week. It's just been great doing these live streams, getting to talk to people I haven't spoken to before, but I've admired for a long time, their channels. Last week's with John was excellent, even though it went on for 5.5 hours. So, as I also have said in my pickups video, if you watch my videos and you want to join in on the streams, want to get involved, want to participate, send me a comment, leave me a comment below, and we'll get it sorted out. And you're more than welcome to come on. They are getting quite packed now, getting quite a lot of people coming on, people coming back. So yeah, if you are interested, let me know, because I'll have to try and work it so, because I don't want too many people on one stream, so try and fit it in. Anyway, I've gone on longer than I said I would. We're at 13 minutes now, so I will finish it there. And I'll just say thank you ever so much for watching, and until next time, take care. Goodbye.